Hey everybody. Hey, in the video, or I'm not sure yet if I'm going to add this to the previous video or do a separate video, but I didn't show you how we make sure that the lye has been saponified enough so that we can be sure that it's safe for our customers. So let me show you what we have here. This is a thermometer, infrared thermometer. We've got a spoon that's made from stainless steel. Both of these bowls are stainless. On this HCC soap scoop, we've got some soap. And here, this is lye. This is sodium hydroxide. It comes in flake form, and I like it better than the this is potassium hydroxide. I think I said it was sodium, but anyway, that's enough. This is just a stainless container that has water in it. And so let's get started here. Now, normally this would be done with a spoon. So while we're making the soap, I would take a spoon and get some of the soap that we want to make sure that it has reached saponification. That was kind of a backward sentence there. And so what I was trying to say is that when we think the brew has saponified, I'll get some of it and we'll test it. We'll do litmus test on it. So I would get a spoon, then I'd have either some water there, or I'd step in the bathroom and get it. That's really too much water. Let's see if we got enough water if we have enough soap mixed in to get a good measurement. And so with litmus paper, no litmus paper is super accurate. The paper litmus paper is not okay. It's just not good enough. So we don't use that. We use the plastic strips. Again, these are not super accurate, but it doesn't have to be completely accurate. And then you match the color. Let me just Peter. Darn. Okay, well, that one we'll just say that one can be there. Now, let's see what we get here. And the way you use these is you compare whichever, so you see this has changed colors to some extent. And let me show you one so you can see what it looked like before. So this is what they look like before use, and you can see that the colors have changed. So we come here, and it's not a good match. The end here would be a pH of 7. We're getting pretty close. So probably the best match is going to be a pH of 8. Probably between a 7 and an 8. And so we don't need exact accuracy. If we needed exact accuracy, we would be using a meter that specifically measures pH. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that it is not at 14 or 13 or 12. If it's at 13 or 14, if a customer uses it, it's going to be bad. And so that's what we do not want. Okay, so you can see that one there. I used a larger container for the lye. Remember, lye is very dangerous, and so I have it where, it has to go further to make it out of there. You'll see that I have the beaker here, that's not a beaker, the pitcher sitting here on a plate because it's going to get very, very hot when I pour it in. And remember, lye into water is the right order. We still have some. Now, I'll point out there is still lye in there. If I were making soap, I would make sure and get that out, but this is more of a controlled process. I'm going to just stir it a little bit. Just for laughs, let's check the temperature. It's 120 Fahrenheit. I would expect it to be much higher. Either it hasn't completed heating the water, or I didn't put in enough lye for the amount of water there is. Okay, it's not that hot, but trust me, when we're making soap, it gets hot. It almost boils. So, let's take a plain one. Now, look at how much different the coloring is. You can see this is a shave soap that's fine. This is not fine. So, how do we measure it? We're going to put it on here. I'm going to say that this is the best match. You know, it's at 14. 14's as high as it goes, so it would be a very bad thing for somebody to get it at pH 14. It might be 13, but remember I was saying that it doesn't have to be exact. What we know is that if it's up towards that end, we know something's wrong. Okay, I got live water on the container there, so I'm going to wipe that off. And I've shown you what I wanted to show you, which is how we make sure that it's going to be safe. Again, the the plastic litmus paper is not super accurate, but it's accurate enough. If the saponification has occurred, then we can definitely detect it with this. So that is it for this video. Thank you so very much for joining us.